So, all right. So you've done what you need to do. You want to print. So you just go to File and you go to Print Setup, and the printing page is going to pop up. And if you want to look at your margin, well, just like the normal way to print, you can reduce it if you like. And you want to look at your header and see what you have there. So, like I said, the header is what appear on the top. It's divided into 3. I think we've talked about this before. So you look at what is on it. If you are happy with it, it says the project name. So the name of your project that is here is what will be on the column 1. Then the column 2 is going to be project layout. What is the name of your layout? In my own case, this is the name of the layout. And it said 3 is going to be date and time. Okay. You shall have a look and see how it looks like. So you're happy with that. You go to your footer, which is the bottom. What will appear in the bottom is also divided into 3. If you click on it, you said you will have your Gantt legend. So legend is just what each color represents. Then you have pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, that will be the middle columns, and you have the names of the folder or the names of the system you're using. All right, so let's look at it from when to when. Let me say, let me customize it and just move it to 2025 December. So that is what we cover in your pages. Sometimes some people like to print everything. I like to just print what I can see. So if you print all, if you say all columns here, let's assume I'm covering like this. It will still print what is hidden. But if I say, for example, if I said to it under the option, I said, I untick all. That means it will only print whatever you can see on the screen like this. So if you pull this way, you only print these columns that you can see. So I like to print what I can see because sometimes I'm working for multiple people and I have different columns that they want to see here. And maybe Mr. A doesn't want to see all of that. So I can cover, instead of me removing them, I can just cover them. You get what I mean? And they will be covered. Let's say, for example, let me show you quickly and not waste too much of time on this. Let's say I have here, I have all this. Let me move it down there. Move it down. I have this. I'll just make an example now. Okay. In my layout. All right. So you see that is a lot of them. And the person I'm printing for, you only want to see critical, original duration, total flow, start and finish. That's all you want to see. And probably physical completion. So I can now cover this one like this. So then I want to print, I go to print setup. Always remember, it will show me what it look like. I want to instruct it and I say, do not print all. Because if I click print all, like I said, and I said, okay, even though I cover this one up like this, it will still show in my printing because I've instructed to print all. But if I cover it and I said, and I remove that print all from option, I removed it, it will only print what I can see. So with that, I use it to control so that I'm not going to start removing all of that. But it's up to you, it's individual, as you can remove it and just say print all. You need to try it on your own and see how it looks like. That is why trying this thing out is very important. So I say print setup, page setup, margin, I'm happy with every other thing. I said, okay. And the next thing is for me to go to print setup. So I've set up the page and I have my print setup. So I can see I said I want PDF Hopefully I have a printer you can PDF to, because sometimes if you don't have printer connected, then remember your layout landscape. If you do portrait, it's going to cut a lot of things. So properties for landscape, just like you're setting up your printer, and you now said, okay, don't think I have a printer connected. Let me go to print preview. Good. So now you can see this is what I want to show you. So you see the top columns, like I said, you said the page, the name, the layout name, and the date. He has already told me while I was here on the header that what is going to be there is project name. Column 2, he said layout name, and he said to me date. If I don't want that, if I want something else, I can always drop down and said, okay, for example, I want to put a logo. I think I've shown us this, but let me just run through it quickly. Let's say I want to put a logo of this company. So I just say apply, and it will change it to that logo. You see that is a bit small. This is where you can control the height. If you increase it, you apply, it will increase that height. That's how it is. And also, if you look at your footer, which is the bottom page, that section, you quickly go into that and you say footer. It told us on the foot bottom, I'm going to give you a Gantt legend. So this Gantt, that is the legend for it. And he said, I'm going to give you the pages. And he said, I'm going to give you the text logo, which is that Oracle logo. Sometimes I like to modify, and I'll move this to the edge. Drop down, apply. So I just move them to show beside you. So that is how to print. And once you are happy with it, you just go to your printer and you just print. You can save them on PDF, but I'm not sure I've got any PDF printer here right now. Let me look at this, see if it's gonna work. Oh, cool. Okay. Let me see if it's doing a save. And I press save like that. So let me go and see where I saved it. Let me see. Yeah, it's not saved because I haven't got a printer connected. But anyway, so what you want to know is how to set it up. So if you have a printer connected, you just go straight into the printer. You just select what printer. I have printer listed. That's how to create a layout. So if you go up here and you go to layout and you said open. So like, let's assume Mr. A said, all I want is all of this that I want to see. Okay, let me remove some of them that don't really make sense to us so that we're not gonna get confused. Cool. So let's say this is what Mr. A said he want to see. So for you not to be stressing yourself anytime you are printing for him, you just go to layout, you go to open, or you go to save as, and you save it with his name. Mr. Cree, Mr. King, layout. You might have different layout, depend on the rank of that person. Some of them have different layout. You can just put O1. So this one is saying, who do you want to have privilege of saying this? current user, which is going to be seen by me alone. If I want to share with any other person, I can put it on project. When I put it on project, then it's going to share with your project. Sometimes it won't ask you if you want to extend it to other projects, and we'll list all of them there. But I always like to see my thing by myself, so it's locked to any other person. But if you want to share with people, this is where to share with people within your establishment. So if I have a lot of people connected to this, because this is a standalone P6, it's only me. But if it's at work, it will drop down all my colleagues and I can allocate them to be able to see it. So just that's what this one does. And you save it. Now that I've saved it, you will see now. Let's now go to layout and said open layout. And let's expand to see what we have done. You see, Mr. King. So anytime you want to print for him, when you apply that and you apply, it will show him his own. So let's say there are a list of different people here. You can just pick their name instead of you working on layout every time you want to print on individuals. You can just save layout for them, and then you can apply it, and it's make your life easier. So that is one of the way to help ourselves in layout. Please once that's how to work on the layout, and then let's take a look at what else. See a printing schedule. We've done all of that. Formation and management of communication. So that's the way you communicate with your clients or with your colleagues at work. So usually in the programs, you can usually use in the PDF. Like I said, you just